everybody. Welcome to the TechRaptor podcast. I'm Robert Scarpanito, your features editor.
Andrew Rutten, editor-in-chief.
Relish Doggett, site founder.
Andrew Stretch, plumbing editor.
Did you say plumbing editor?
Yeah, plumbing editor.
Okay.
There's a whole bunch of us in like Boston, a large Italian community there. It's all good.
Racist.
Yeah, Boston, the famous home place of Mario, for sure.
Is it Boston or Chicago?
Are you
Have I
joking?
just fucked that up?
It's Baltimore.
Take it from the top.
Yeah, no, he's actually from
Other
Dallas,
B-word.
Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm the Mushroom Kingdom editor. We'll cut it in post and move on.
That's how
Yeah,
that
we
works.
will.
Yeah.
Before we get to the news, I want
Oh.
to say how sad I am that I wasn't here to talk about the death of Stadia with you all.
Do you want to chat about it a bit?
Just to say that
Do you need a soapbox?
we called it, and I want to say F you to that PR guy is all. If nobody brought up that email, I just
did
wanted to
not.
bring up that email real quick.
Are you talking about the Open Critic one, or did we get one for
No.
TR2?
We wrote an article about how Stadia seemed to be on decline and not doing well, and their PR reached out. And this, I'm not going to get into the details or who it was or anything, but the sum total was he was being too negative when we didn't report on the positives. And the positive he said is Resident Evil 8 got announced as coming to the platform, and that was the sum total of the positive news.
Right. The positive news is we
mean-
have one game that's coming onto every other platform, also to our platform.
And we weren't being fair because we didn't mention it.
They really
gotta-
set
we gotta-
themselves up for failure by putting themselves alongside like the Virtual Boy and the Ouya and whatever else.
That's beautiful,
at
gorgeous.
the launch event. It's like, what are you doing? You're
It might
literally
be-
writing this on the wall.
The picture of all those together at that event with the context might be one of the greatest pictures in gaming.
It's so amazing.
It's
Yeah.
great. Anyway, I just felt I needed to talk about that email and that PR.
Do you
hard.
remember the Open Critic one we got?
No.
Where Mark Delaney actually talked to PR via email and was asking questions, and they answered them, and got an email with the article that said we couldn't use any of that information.
Wait, but
Whereas
why? That
we
was
were
it
not
like,
told it was off the record. Like he was straight up asking questions, and then
That's
we
funny.
published the article, and we were like, "Well, you can't use those details." And it's like,
I don't
Okay.
know. I feel bad for their PR. They're trying their best, but it was such a weird. Obvious. I mean, everybody saw the writing on the wall. Google just did their classic Google thing, and
I'm sure that like again, it's never PR's fault. Like
Oh, absolutely
not.
you can never blame PR for the hand that they're
But
dealt.
hey, for game preservationists, you just need to make sure that you have a copy of all of your Ouya of all of your Stadia games, and you have your Stadia console, and it's totally fine. Like you can still play all those great games like Resident Evil 8.
Hey, I'm still happy that I pre-ordered Ouya. Fuck. Now you got me there. I'm glad I pre-ordered the Stadia and got that
Hey guys, check out my new
colored
paperweight.
controller.
Yeah, see, that thing was literally going to be useless unless they update it to do Bluetooth.
They've got to be able to like update it, unlock the Bluetooth,
Someone
or
will
add
add
something.
something. There'll
Yeah,
be something on
jailbreak it.
GitHub in a few months.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
we
find
good
my
to go.
Ouya and like put it up here. And it'll just be sitting taunting.
You can,
Along
you
with the
can probably
rest
just
of your
put it in the
paperweights back there.
trash next to your desk.
Hey man, I need something to hold my paper down.
Yeah, exactly.
Very windy in here.
I'm glad that forever and always Stadia will be in our hearts, not in a happy way, but in like a haha
That's the
kind
butt
of
of
way.
the joke.
You guys remember Stadia?
God, Google just messing everything up. Speaking of messing things up, let's get into some news. Mario is here, baby. The red plumber man from the 80s is
Are
back
you
in
saying it's
action.
messed up? Is that the implication? You're You're making the equivalence of that trailer's the same as Stadia.
His
Whoa, man.
butt. His butt
Yeah.
is
I'll
messed.
agree. I don't know why
Just come on.
Nintendo's so anti-ass, but they are.
Yeah, I saw that we published a Street Fighter 6 beta preview. You can go check that out. But in it, Austin, our writer, said that it has sliders for every part of the body, including like your butt muscles. And I'm like,
Perfect.
yeah, that's what the Mario movie needs. It needs those butt sliders. And we need to max
up
them
a
and bring it
notch.
all the way to the right.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. Like Mario spent too long like sliding down inclines to like save the princess.
Oh, it like
He's just
sanded it
like
off.
Yeah. He's literally worked his ass off to get where he is today.
You're saying all across the Mushroom Kingdom, there's like Mario butt particles, like dead Mario's butt skin, all across the kingdom.
Wow.
Yeah. So the Mario movie trailer just dropped. We've known about the trailer for months, almost a year or more now, done by Illumination Studio, and now we got the first trailer in a Nintendo Direct at New York Comic Con last Thursday. And thoughts? I mean, Jack Black's great.
I will admit Chris Pratt's Mario voice is unlike anything I've ever heard when it comes from Mario.
No,
so
technically
true.
Technically he said unlike anything you've heard of before in Mario.
He didn't lie.
And it's not wrong. I don't think it was that bad. I think it was non-offensive. I think it was bland. It was milquetoast. It's not bad. It's not like he came in with like a bad Mario accent. He just did nothing.
Yeah. Well, I think obviously the main issue with everybody is that Mario's voice is just so iconic and known and well known. To have something completely not even close to it is like, what the fuck?
Well, I think why it bothers me so much is it's not starting from a close place. Like, I'm pretty sure Chris Pratt's from the Pacific Northwest, I believe. So like even naturally, he doesn't have a New York-y accent, right? So
he's an actor.
He's an actor, sure. So he's in this movie, and you hear him talk, and it is just Chris Pratt, and he's just vaguely doing it's like
Lego movie crossover. It's Emmett. Emmett somehow got into Mario.
Yeah, like you remember that was it the Super Bowl commercial about like Pac Macaw, right? It's like he heard the New York version of that in another room, and then was like, I can do that. And then did the movie with that.
What are the chances we're gonna have
Brooklyn accents?
He's gonna get to that city that they have in the Mushroom Kingdom like city in the poster. What's the over under on him saying I'm walking here, and slapping like a Koopa or some shit? It's
gonna be, hey, I'm walking here. Like it's gonna be so bad.
Like you said, it's not awful. It's just jarring because we have an idea. And everybody has an idea in their heads of what it is.
Well, yeah, and we're tens of years into the same voice for so long. It's just, and the fact too, if you pull up the French version of the trailer, that voice actor nails it.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? Like, could we not replace Chris Pratt when we realized it was not going to happen?
The Mario name does not have nearly enough star power. They needed to add Chris Pratt to it.
Right.
Because Mario's not one of the biggest media franchises in the world.
He's not as big as Pikachu.
It's true.
Yeah,
that is actually true.
I have a feeling that they're trying to make an entry point. It's like how for so many years we got to watch Batman's parents die in an alleyway every single fucking time a movie started, or Uncle Ben died every time. I feel like they're just, they're coming at this like afraid that the IP won't hold its own. So they need to like teach everyone what's going on the same way that this seems to be like a Mario Isekai. It's like, oh, well, if Mario doesn't introduce himself to Toad and Toad says, hi, I'm Toad, how's the audience going to know? And it's like, we're not fucking idiots. Yeah. We've had Mario for
everybody knows who Mario is, even if they have. Yeah. And it's probably almost a majority of the population has played some Mario. Yeah, even if it's only been for 10 minutes.
Yeah, and it could have been like Mario Kart or Smash or something.
Yeah,
like it doesn't have to be a mainline.
Somebody's played some bit of Mario and knows a little bit of what's going on. They can name Mario, Luigi, and Peach probably.
Yeah. I think. To me, where Chris Pratt's voice kind of just doesn't work, is it feels a little low effort. It's like either go full Brooklyn or just use your voice.
Part of it is we've heard like 10 words, so it's like
it's
hard to make a judgment yet.
It's hard to make a judgment, but it did really hit me when he says, "Here we." What's the last word? What is the last word when you hear Mario say, "Here we
go"?
Yeah. In the movie, they're like, "Come, here we come."
Yeah.
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come. Like, really?
Yeah. But hey, Jack Black's pretty great.
Yep, Jack Black.
Right.
That was
Bowser seemed. I like that the direction they're going of just super outlandish,
Black energy?
comic-y, comic booky villain, over the
Putting
top.
110% into it. Like,
yeah.
It's great.
If you want chaos, Jack Black. Fantastic.
Bowser looked great. I love the look. It's gorgeous looking.
Mhm.
Like everything looked amazing. I like the little opening bit with the penguins.
Yes,
It's pretty funny.
like
That
they
was
throw
pretty
the
Do
snowball.
you yield?
Yeah,
It's pretty good. Down with
yeah, yeah. I
Also,
think
the Koopas are definitely the minions, right? We all agree.
The
Bowser's
minions
just
of the
grew.
Mario.
yeah.
Bowser's grew for this, right?
We're
It's
gonna get a
Rabbids.
Bowser spinoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rabbids became minions, has now become Koopas, and we're like full circle back into the
Yeah.
into the Mario universe.
yeah. Yeah, I think Jack Black does a really great job as Bowser. He it just hits all the right notes. Like, it's not quite like the Bowser you would think of in a game, but it still fits
Yeah.
what he feels like he should be. And the model for Bowser, like just the animation
Fantastic.
is so good. Like,
He looks good, great.
yeah, like Mario's voice aside, I mean, we mentioned the ass. It is very
Oh, yeah.
flat compared to how it is in the game, but also his face,
No likey.
it feels too
No like.
small for his cheeks,
It is too small.
you know? Like
He's got
the shape of his head is bigger than the size of his face.
he's got Fix It Felix face.
Yeah.
I was going to say Charlie Kirk face for people that know what I'm talking about out there. But the I saw somebody made like some fan edit thing where they did enlarge his face to fit the head, and I was like, oh, that looks good now. Like that's Mario.
Yeah.
We had ugly Sonic. Now we have ugly Mario.
So
Yeah, is
that's
this going
all
to
they
be
really need to
Sonic the
do is
Hedgehog
enlarge
2.0?
that. You think Nintendo's going to be budged by public will?
God, no.
Yeah, right.
There's no
They-
public campaign that will say
They'd
that.
rather burn the whole thing down and not release it.
So it may be too early for predictions, but this may be the first arena where Sonic will be better than Mario.
I doubt it.
You doubt it.
I doubt it.
Hmm. Have you
We'll find
ever
out.
seen
Sonic has a better mobile game. If that says anything.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. I mean, we'll find out. I think because the Sonic movies to me were like pleasantly surprising in how fun they
I
were.
guess it is a different expectation because you probably went into Sonic like this could be the worst thing I've ever seen, but hey, it wasn't. And then Mario's just got such a weight for like you have to be at least pretty good,
Yeah.
or everybody hates you.
The voice actor discussion has also been very interesting to watch with like bring back Charles Martinet, and it's like, well, Sonic got replaced, Knuckles got replaced for the movies, Tails didn't get replaced. That's just
strange.
the game voice actress. And it's also like a little bit more insult to injury that we know that Charles Martinet is in the movie, in the Mario movie. He's just going to be doing other voices,
Which sucks. Like he could totally adapt Mario to do it as a movie.
more long form thing.
Yeah. There's no way he was more expensive than Chris Pratt.
Yeah. Well, it's
Just
one of those
saying.
dumb Hollywood things where they always have to have the big names for these big animation movies instead of trained voice actors that are actually really good at their jobs.
They probably just have Charles Martinet like on retainer. That just like they can call him up, like it's in his contract. They can call him up with 5 minutes notice and say, "Get in the fucking booth, Charles. Get in the booth."
And from
say,
the way
"Woohoo."
he
fucking do it.
the way he talks publicly, he's totally fine with that. Like he's just happy to do it as much as he can.
Dude has it fucking made.
Yeah.
There was the story too that I saw on Twitter this week about Mario teaches typing. I don't know if you saw that, where he changed the voice lines to be less negative if you screwed up, and that is so fucking wholesome.
Yeah, well, it's like instead of saying stuff like "you failed" or like he'd say, "Oh, you could do better next time. Let's keep trying," and stuff like that instead.
Yeah, it's such a Mario way to do it, you know.
Yeah,
it's just kind of how Mario is.
For the movie, we still have a couple surprises left. We still have Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong to look forward to.
Dude, I cannot wait. I hope there's a DK rap in there, some form of it.
Have any of you guys seen the Chip and Dale movie that just came out?
Yeah,
great.
It's
The Seth Rogen scene in that is
very good,
just beyond amazing. Have you seen this one, Rut?
Mm-mm.
that Seth
That's a
Rogen's main
fantastic movie.
character has like been knocked out at a convention and like looks up, and every single one of like Seth Rogen's characters, animated characters for the past like 10 years are there attending the con, and that they all like get into like a chorus of his like gurgle, like the like laugh that he does. It's an amazing scene.
That movie is another one of those that was just super surprisingly good.
Right.
Great
Yeah.
movie.
I can't wait to see DK in this. And I mean, we saw Luigi at the end of this trailer. He was like running away from like fire, right? And we've only heard like tiny little snippets of like whimpers and all that from Charlie Day. But I'm already confident that
I would get he could do a good scared guy. I get the feeling.
Yeah,
and that's what Luigi is.
Well, because I saw like when we first learned that Charlie Day was going to be Luigi, some beautiful human being on the earth made a video of the Pepe Sylvia rant, but then they animated it where it's Luigi doing all the Pepe Sylvia gesturing and all that, and it fits so well that video single-handedly convinced me that he is the perfect casting choice for it.
It'll be good stuff.
Yeah, I think he'll be good.
Still Anya Taylor-Joy as Peach as well.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a slam dunk.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah,
we haven't even seen her look for the movie, have we?
I don't think so.
There was some leaked advertising image that turned out to be true, because we know it's the same Mario's face, where it's got Mario, Luigi, and Peach, I think, in it.
Okay,
and
I'll have to go search that down.
Yeah, she looks basically 1-to-1 to Peach. It's no real deviation that I saw.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, it's weird.
Are there any surprise characters from the Mushroom Kingdom that you guys are hoping make cameo appearances?
I hope the end of the movie is the Locky 2 has been the cameraman the whole time, and they pan around and they reveal he's been like just watching like these scenes happen, and you're just watching it through his lens.
I get on board with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think that there will be a Wario post-credit scene?
Oh god, I hope Wario and Waluigi are like Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. This is gonna be a Hamlet movie. Wario and Waluigi are just Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah,
in this movie.
Because I don't think
like the bumbling idiots.
Yes.
Right. Either that, or I just want like a post-credit scene of them trying to be intimidating, where it's like, now it's time for us to rise. Wow, like and then it just.
I wonder if that leak's going to be true of Bowser falling in the lava and coming out as Dry Bones Bowser. That's the post-credit thing.
I forgot
for a
that the whole
sequel.
plot had leaked already. Apparently,
Suppose maybe, who knows if it did, but that one. What's the chances you think they'll get away with having Donkey Kong hold a banana like a joint? Think they'll get away with that? Just real quick, like they walk in on him, and he's like, oh, like puts it away real fast.
Puts it away, and then he takes
probably going to be something.
Yeah,
just healthy banana. Good for
I don't believe that Nintendo would do that, but God, I
it's
hope
medicinal.
Yeah,
and prescribed more potassium.
That'd be great. I mean, it's such a low-hanging fruit, dumb joke, but the idea of it happening with Donkey Kong in a Nintendo movie, it makes it so much better.
You'll actually find that bananas are pretty high-hanging fruit, actually.
Interesting. Can you tell us more about that?
Nope, that was the extent of that joke. Okay. I got the reaction I wanted out of Autumn. We can move on. Thank you very much for indulging me, everyone.
Yeah, I think overall, I want to watch this Mario movie for sure. This trailer is like... Oh yeah, I mean, I think like we have to for our jobs, but also just
even without it, I'd probably be watching it.
Yeah, same here. And I'm really curious how much you're gonna play up the Isekai thing, because that's what this feels like. This feels like Mario fell into his toilet, and the pipe led to the Mushroom Kingdom, and he's just a normal human like us.
Because if it's not that, it's like, where's Mario been living this whole fucking time? Like, if this is all new to him.
Boston, apparently.
Yeah, Boston.
Yeah, Boston.
He's a big baked beans guy. Give me the baked beans.
Because the other question is Peach going to be from the real world, or is she still the Mushroom Princess? You know.
Well, I mean, stupidly enough, these are all of the same story beats as the last live-action Mario movie. that Daisy was just a human that, like, you know, went to the real world through a portal through a different dimension. Not even a pipe. It was a rock wall that they walked through.
Oh, the classic Mario rock wall, yeah.
Yeah. So it's weirdly enough, they seem to be taking cues from that original movie. If there's
Perfect.
a dance scene for Goombas in an elevator, we'll know. We'll know.
That's when we'll know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. We haven't seen a Goomba yet, so if they look like fucking lizard people with small heads, then we'll know.
God, artistically, that was such an acid trip of a movie.
I can't believe Nintendo was looking at it like, that's all right, I'm good with that. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like they're taking it a little more seriously with this movie, yeah.
they
Generally.
wasted fucking Bob Hoskins on it, man. He was
Yeah.
perfect. Anyway,
well, we will see it. What, April
Danny
17th
should have been Mario. That's what I say. Imagine Danny DeVito as Mario.
is Mario. That would have been
Glorious.
Everybody wants Danny DeVito for everything. Danny DeVito as Pikachu. Danny DeVito as Mario.
Well, he would genuinely play like a good old man grumpy Mario.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, Danny DeVito was great at playing The Rock, so
I'm all in.
Yeah. Well, April 17, I know where I will be watching the Mario movie. Oh my God, that's 3 days before 420.
Hell yeah.
I think
Gonna blaze it pre-movie.
Seth Rogen is definitely gonna.
You think he's gonna come out with some
sorta,
like banana flavored fucking weed,
maybe
vape juice? It's
Possibly.
the DK themed.
Cranky Kong.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah. In other news, CDPR once again in the news with us. They have announced, well, so last week or a few weeks before, they announced the Cyberpunk 2077 DLC, Phantom Liberty, and then they announced we are working on a new Cyberpunk 2077 video game. It's codename Orion, and part of their main Cyberpunk team is moving to Boston. So now
Top
it's
tier constellation Orion.
Yep. Is that your favorite one? Do you like the belt?
Well, it's just when you have ranking tiers of constellation, that's always the worst top. You know what I'm saying?
So what's like S tier constellation for you?
The Big Dipper. Come on, man.
Uh-huh.
Up top, North Star.
Looks like a Dipper man.
Bam.
He does. Now, can I ask, when I asked that question, you're like, shit, what's one other constellation I can name?
No. How quickly they answer that? Let me get my list. Let me.
His book of constellations is just chilling on his desk.
You realize you can just say any star sign, right? Like they all work.
Shh. You're giving away the system.
So Orion is going to be a new Cyberpunk game of some kind. Probably don't expect it till 2077. And then they've also confirmed the next Witcher game is going to be a trilogy. It's going to be a trilogy of Witcher games made in Unreal 5. But then there's also going to be another new Witcher game that is going to have a multiplayer component, but also a single player component. And then there's going to be another Witcher game that is story-driven, single-player, open-world RPG.
And that
And
last
trilogy
one
they said they're going to do over 6 years.
Yeah.
Which
That
is
last
wild.
one's made by like the Molasses Flood, I think, right?
I think so.
Who they recently bought. That's the Flame in the Flood people and the Drake Hollow.
Yeah.
That's the games they've made. So.
Oh, and one other thing, they're working on Project Hadar. That is their first new IP
That's right.
in a long time. And they started development in late 2021, and it's currently in the concept stage. So probably don't expect seeing any of that for years and years and years.
Yeah. I think it's their only time they've done a new IP. I think their first game was Witcher 1. I don't think they've done anything other than Witcher and Cyberpunk. Right? I could be wrong. I don't think they've ever done their own IP.
That's true, yeah. So this will be a whole new universe.
So it'll be interesting what they do because they've been, say what you want about Witcher or Cyberpunk, they're really good adaptations of those universes. So they're very excellent at that. So definitely be interested to see what they do when they have a blank slate to work with.
Yeah.
Fun fact, Hadar is a triple star system in the southern constellation of Centaurus.
Why didn't you just
I
ask me?
guess
I
they're
could
just-
have told you that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, where does Beta Centauri and Centaurus fall in your ranking list? Apologies.
You know,
at least A rank.
It's a solid. It's a high B.
Okay.
You know, it's towards top end. Doesn't quite make an A.
Well, I mean, all of these are star like code names in some way. Project Polaris is the first new entry in the Witcher trilogy. Canis Majoris is that single player story driven open world RPG set within the Witcher universe, which just sounds like every Witcher game.
I think
Project
some of the
Sirius-
teases too were teases of the Witcher schools, right? I remember reading something about there was
one that was the cat mask.
The first
Yeah,
like
it's like-
Witcher 4 thing was that the medallion
Yeah.
of the cat, but I think that's the only one I remember seeing from last year.
Is there a
sometime.
Witcher school of the horse for Centaurus?
I don't think so.
I don't know. It's what Viper School, Bear, Wolf,
Cat.
Cat,
Isn't there like the Griffin?
Griffin. Yep.
Yeah.
So Project Sirius is the one that's multiplayer but also single player. That's the one that's by the Molasses Flood.
Yeah.
People who work in the Flame of the Flood. Yeah.
So that'd be interesting.
Curious
To
what
have someone else
multiplayer
do
Witcher
it.
looks like.
I wonder if this new trilogy is this going to be more Geralt, or are we following a whole new Witcher? The medallion thing makes you think it's going to be someone else because it has the cat medallion,
Right.
but
it could be like.
but I just want more Geralt is really what I'm getting at. I'll be fine with that.
Do you want him to be voiced by Doug Cockle or by
Yes.
Henry Cavill? Okay.
Do we think that Witcher will fall into the Assassin's Creed
I want him
problem
voiced by
that
Chris Pratt. The Assassin's Creed problem.
Yeah, the Assassin's Creed problem where like they really topped out with Ezio and then it's people still just kind of want to go back to Ezio.
Oh, I mean, if moving on from Geralt's going to be hard because he's he's a really well-loved character.
Solidified.
Yeah,
Especially with
now
the
that
TV
people
show.
The TV show has definitely solidified it with a lot of people, I think.
Yeah.
So it'll definitely be difficult. I wouldn't be surprised if it's some weird thing where he stills a character in it somehow. Maybe you're not playing him.
Yeah, maybe they'll do like the Metal Gear Solid 2 thing where you're playing as Raiden and then you run into Iroquois Pliskin and it's like, you're just Snake, dude. And, it's like one of those where you run into Geralt like halfway through the game,
Or maybe you're on an adventure with Geralt. He's your
Oh,
buddy.
maybe you're like his next protege. Like Ciri's gone off to do her own thing and now you're in Witcher in training. And he's like your Vesemir. Vesemir's the older one, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He does
maybe
like the
that's-
Murtaugh, like, I'm too old for this shit, but yeah, I'll ride once more.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Geralt seems all right with like letting Witchers die out, though. He's like, that's what I went through. Is kind of shitty. This kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting. I think new stories are good. Like we focused on Geralt for a long time. It would be
Oh yeah, I'd be excited to learn
if
something
they
new.
can do a good job with it. I think that it like expanding that universe could be really, really cool in terms of
Yeah.
just seeing new places and people.
It's definitely one of the more interesting fantasy universes because I mean, there's not a lot of fantasy that does like the real classic like fairy tale horror stuff. Like this is actually what this thing is, and it's all awful, and it stayed really true to that.
I think that's what's made it unique is that it's
Yeah.
not this like it's fantasy, right? But it's not like that feel good fantasy. It's the oh my god, this is fucked up fantasy type stuff.
Well,
Yeah. What do you think the over under is on them switching the control scheme to like R1, R2 on your light and heavy attacks? Because
Oh, to
Assassin's
make it
Creed
a-
did the same thing when they did like Origin and all that,
I think
like Soulsy.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's the popular, and then the one thing that has been the biggest criticism for all Witcher games has been the combat.
Mm-hmm.
Witcher 1's combat is fucking unplayable. I
Yeah.
won't defend that at all.
yeah. It's so
so-
fucking long too. Like it is tedious.
But I wouldn't be surprised to see it. Particularly, I mean, since they've already kind of got a system set up with like the various monsters that you run into have various weaknesses and stuff and patterns already, so it would kind of fit into that style. It feels like.
Yeah.
And I think there's enough variation with like the different trees. Like you could be the faster, the tankier guy, or whatever. Like it would kind of naturally lend itself to that system, probably.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's been a heavy discussion about it where they've considered it.
Yeah, I'd be curious.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to see. I think my biggest question is like, when is any of this?
Oh, it's a while.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no way. Like, the next thing we're gonna see is Phantom Liberty. Like, that's like I'm
That's definitely next
2025
thing.
at best.
Yeah.
I wonder if we'll
Liberty's
see
gonna be the next
that
CDPR.
Molasses Flood game first before the big Witcher game. Because they're a
Maybe.
smaller team, they make smaller games, and they bought them. God, when was that? Did they buy in this year or last year? They bought them a little while ago. So if they've been working on it, I don't
Might
know.
have something to show. Yeah.
I wouldn't
Maybe.
be surprised if that's the first Witcher game. It'd probably still be a couple years before we see it. But
And with all of these like bullets in the chamber, I want to see if CDPR has learned any lessons from how they marketed Cyberpunk, right? Because
Yeah,
Cyberpunk, remember, we got
totally.
a teaser trailer like 50 years ago, and then nothing for 46 years,
yeah,
and then we saw like a 40-minute gameplay.
yeah, it was a
thing.
45-minute gameplay thing,
Yeah, and
That
then
was the
didn't.
E3 I was at. Yeah.
Yeah,
which
and
was
then-
amazing when I saw it.
Right.
Which it wasn't like the game.
yeah. 'Cause it also, didn't Jason Schreier like say at some point that most of that footage was like, how did that even happen? Like, was it like doctored or something?
Well, no,
Or was
it
that a
was
different-
just the classic what they do for most big companies do
E3
for
mode.
cons.
Yeah,
Yeah, they make
like-
a build just enough for what they're showing right then. That's all that's done.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like a complete-ish game, but it's
Right.
not. And they had so many cool systems in it. It's one of the biggest disappointments because like they obviously had a lot of really, really cool game dev ideas that they just didn't do. Time, whatever the case may be. And I hope their biggest lesson they've taken from it is give them the time to do it, because they have solid ideas. Like everything they talked about, everybody's like, that sounds fucking rad. And then they just didn't do it because time and money, seemingly. Not that they couldn't, it's just that was
Delay it
big
if
thing.
you
And
have
hey,
to.
and then
Yeah.
don't fucking lie about you didn't know about the console versions, because that's just a fucking lie.
yeah.
You're not going to convince me otherwise.
Well, did you see the news that about the QA team they used this week?
Yeah, that came out last year sometime. I think
Yeah.
they weren't like suing them.
Yeah, that kind of came back up where employees were basically like, yeah, this was a sham,
Yeah,
which is, I'm sure it contributed to it, but at the same time, like, outsource your QA, but maybe have your own QA to double check that too.
I don't know.
Like-
I mean, or like boot it up once on a console and be like, oh, this fucking blows, like immediately.
This
Don't even need a
all
QA
right, fuck
team.
it, let's go.
Mhm. Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see more. Because I think this
Yeah.
is just there's so much we know, but also so very little, right? Like the details it's all like code named and everything.
We're
I
going to
think
be
they have
having
a lot of
conversations.
opportunity. They have a lot of opportunity
be
for
ha-
build up too, in terms of
Mhm.
starting to tease little story bits and stuff like that without having to show too much. There's such a huge world that they'll be able to pull from that they can kind of pepper things through without needing trailers.
For sure. Well, I think we can put a pin in news, and let's just shift over to talk about some games. I think this past week has been that Steam Next Fest. So we played a couple games from that. Rut, you played Dredge,
Mm-hmm.
right? What did you think of that?
Yeah, Dredge is the one that they released kind of a teaser for not too long ago. It's kind of like it's a fishing game of sorts, to where it's kind of hard to explain the vibe, but it's kind of like there's this ever-present evil that's there. And you go around, you fish, you can upgrade your ship and sell the fish to get more upgrades. And there's a couple of like interesting systems around the fishing. Very simple, very easy. I don't know. It was kind of chill, and like the whole thing is don't get caught out in the dark, basically. So like once it hits like 7 p.m., it starts to get dark, and your captain's fear picks up. And so there's a lot of emphasis around there's buoys with lights. You can put lights on your ship, and you're trying to keep the darkness out for the most part. But there's also that kind of risk reward that some fish are only available in the mornings and some when it's dark out. And there's just this kind of system of islands that you can explore. The demo is maybe an hour and a half of gameplay. Didn't have any of the like research or upgrade tree stuff available. But it's just kind of an interesting little world to explore. And chill vibes for the most part. Like it was very interesting.
Like chill, but also you were
but also like kind of terrifying. Yeah.
Well,
because like in the morning,
perfect pair.
Yeah. Well, it's just like this. It's this. You start the day and it's just kind of chill. You're out fishing. You're dredging for equipment, which you literally dredge for like shipwrecks and stuff. And then the night comes and it's kind of got this kind of, oh shit, I got to get back to the dock and like go to sleep type stuff.
Or else the monsters get you.
I don't know. I didn't let it happen.
I was thinking like this is a very good pairing of like people have this fear of the ocean. Anyway, there's already unknown. You can't see down in it. Add this darkness to it and like already telling you like, hey, there's some bad shit out there. Like
whatever that phobia is, I have it. Like you take me out in the middle of the ocean and I look down, cease to exist. Done.
It's a good it's a genius idea.
Yeah.
It's just really
drop
unique.
Rut in the middle of an ocean.
No, please don't.
Well, we got to get our money back somehow that he keeps embezzling.
That's true.
We'll never find it.
I love how it's
neat too.
I love how it instilled enough fear in you where you don't even know what happens. You're just like, nope. I don't want to know. I don't want to find out. Nope.
So you're saying you did not take the risk?
I did not take the risk. No. Which is funny because it's October, and October is when my wife forces me to watch horror movies, which is my least favorite genre because I'm a fucking coward. So I'm
you
suffering
didn't need that
through.
Second part of the statement. We just,
it's just part of the name.
It's fair. Yeah. But yeah, definitely check it out. Like it's an hour-long demo, shows off a fair amount of the systems and the gameplay. And it looks like it's going to kind of have this interesting story that has you going from place to place and meeting kind of a variety of different people. And there's kind of like an aspect of trying to catch all the different fish. And then there's like mutated forms of fishes that you can find and stuff like that. So it seems like there's going to be a lot to it that, you can follow the story and just kind of breeze through that for the most part, or you can like really get deep into it and try and find everything it has to offer.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds like it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely worth checking out.
For sure. I've been playing on Steam Next Fest. I checked out Forever Skies, which is it's like a survival crafting sim thing. And the story and setting is kind of interesting because it's you're going back to Earth after some sort of major catastrophe, global warming, virus, something that we can't relate to. Well, we can't relate to that though.
Can't even imagine what a world like that would be.
But yeah, there's some major virus that wiped everything out, and like you're trying to find. Well, so there's been a team sent to Earth to find a cure, and then they got lost, and you're there to find out why they got lost.
This is Horizon. Okay.
A little. It's a little Horizon-y, yeah.
Spoilers.
Oh shit. My bad.
So you are equipped with like a scanner, and it's one of those like you have to eat and drink to survive, and like you have to keep up like your energy levels, etc. So if that's not your bag, maybe this isn't going to change much. But there's a pretty interesting atmosphere to it. Like just the whole vibe is pretty cool. It's like very barren and kind of scary almost, right? Because you're like
it's just like this huge dust fog essentially.
Yeah.
Like that orange fog that you see in apocalyptic movies. A lot like that.
And it's like you're on things that were clearly like buildings, like skyscrapers in the past, but the water level has risen so high that it's like now they're islands of like man-made ruins that you're traversing across. And you get into an airship and you fly it, like between the dust clouds, between the skyscrapers, and you're basically looking for resources to build a thing that lets you go further, to get better resources to go further, et cetera, et cetera. Like that's kind of the gameplay loop I'm getting so far. But there's just something about the whole feeling of the game that is just, you feel like the last person on Earth. I mean, you probably are, literally, right? But you're like exploring a planet that you should know, and you recognize things, but they're, you know, destroyed, ravaged by nature and time. There's interesting and scary things in the sky, like you see debris flying. It's just almost like there's no gravity, kind of. They're just flying around, and you have to like extract them with your like mounted gun thing that can extract resources from them. But then you also see like flying like clouds of, I don't know, like demonic bats. Like you can't see them up close, they're just far away, but you're like, I do not want to be near that. You know, if like they're gonna fly at me, I'm gonna get in my airship and get the fuck out of here, you know. Yeah, but
it's kind of like
neat.
a post-apocalyptic raft a little bit, to where you've got your quote-unquote raft that you can add things onto to be able to do more, which was kind of a neat little aspect.
Yeah,
Is it first person or isometric?
First person.
Okay.
Yeah, so you like, you can build like, at first your airship's like a little cube. It's very claustrophobic, but then as you get more resources, you can build it out in like whatever shape you want. But there's like a weight mechanic, so it's like, I'm assuming that the heavier your ship, the more propulsion you're gonna need to fly it, right? So there's a little bit of that management aspect to it as well. Yeah, but yeah, it's
I
pretty
know
neat.
who this game sounds like it's made for. Oh,
But also Robert.
that's who I was thinking of.
Yeah, the other Robert.
This one's been on my eye since like last year, I think. I saw it pop up and I was like, this looks pretty freaking cool. This, and if you're a survival fan, look up Derelicts too. What that solo dev is doing is incredible. It looks really freaking cool.
Hell yeah. But Steam Next Fest aside, Stretch, you've been playing Despot's game.
Yeah,
How you feeling?
I had some time this past week where I was away from my computer and needed something like lightweight to run on my tablet, so I downloaded Despot's game. It's a neat little roguelite where, interestingly enough, like you don't control anything. You have a series of little humans that you can purchase more of, equip them out with stuff, and then you just move from room to room fighting. So you've got like a map that you move between each time you move from one room to another that like spends food resource based on how many people you have. And then it's just the kind of like, you know, you'll encounter random events on different floors. There will be bosses. You'll need to balance how strong am I? You know, what kind of enemies am I facing? How do I want to build up this team of warriors? Because you get into a room and you know, like, hey, there's going to be like, all you know is that there's going to be like 3 enemies that are going to spawn, where in the room they'll spawn and what size they'll be. And so you can like position your men on the left, and then you just hit start. And then they just fight. And like, if it goes well, cool. If it doesn't go well, it's mostly out of your hands.
That's kind of like an
auto
auto
battler.
Yeah. So roguelite auto battler. But something has come up about this game that I absolutely hate, and it is going to force me to play a whole bunch more of this game. I've got some other stuff that I'm working on. It is related to achievements.
Just quit. I want you to stop playing now.
No, I literally cannot stop. I cannot stop.
You can stop.
But you can't.
No, because
it's an intervention now.
No. On one of the floors, I go to. You know, there's a rat king. He gives you a flute, tells you go and find a different rat.
King
You bring it back to him.
Sells achievements.
You bring it back to him. Achievement pop up. 26 gamer score.
Yeah.
I cannot deal with it not being divisible by 5.
Okay,
so
why are we in 2022 and developers are making like off achievements?
Everything to developers, please make all of your achievements not divisible by 5.
I want them to add a decimal in there now.
1001 game score.
So
I think,
I've now-
I think it's just us now. I think we're the only sane people left on this podcast.
So this is worse than I thought for you. Like, you're not just achievements, but they have to be within a certain number.
But I'm
Yeah.
someone that, like, I always have the volume in my car divisible by 2 or 5. It's like the slightest grain of OCD that I have. But seeing that I've got like a gamer score
There's
ending
people you
in
can
1
talk to
in
about
6.
this stretch.
That was my issue with Moonlighter. I stopped playing Moonlighter because they had a gamer score achievement ending in 2, and I pulled up the achievement list, figured out one that was ending in 3, beelined to get that one and only that one, and then I have never touched the game again.
Literally unplayable.
I can't risk that shit.
Literally
Unplayable.
Yeah.
Did you just hear what you said?
That
Did you
is
hear
incredible.
how insane that is? You're,
Yeah,
you're not playing the game.
I picked up Moonlighter on Steam later on in the year and played it on that.
Because there were no numbers attached to it.
Oh, there's.
Yes.
I mean, technically
There are
there
numbers
but,
on Steam.
Well,
but
not
it's
as much.
it's individual achievements. It's not this. This has
Yeah.
a numerical score tied
Yeah,
to it.
yeah.
Yeah.
If Steam
Well, don't
does
you
that,
get-
it's game over. He's gonna have to go through his
Don't you
whole
like
fucking
Steam
library.
experience and stuff, though? I thought.
No,
No, you just
I don't pay
achievements
attention
is
to
just
Steam
single.
Yeah.
I just.
So, yeah,
what you've described to me is so fucking bonkers that I can't even understand. I don't understand it.
I just you can't
Because
definitely
it's
can't.
like, it's already insane to be like achievements. Yeah, to me that's insanity. Just achievements in general to be a driving force to play a game, but then to have them delineated in such a way that you have to do them this way or that way, and if they don't happen that way, it just breaks your brain.
Yeah, I hate it. Absolutely.
So do I.
He hates it for you.
I can't.
Yeah, I hate it for different reasons. But so yeah, like I'm gonna finish up this stuff that I'm doing, and I'm gonna keep playing.
This is wild
I'm gonna
to me.
keep playing Despot's game, and then as soon as I get back divisible by 5, game's getting
Game's dead to you.
uninstalled.
Incredible, incredible.
Wow. Wait, so if
This might be the most distressing thing I've heard. in a
if
while.
it's like a game you were really looking like the game you're most anticipating ever, but then they're like, oh, this achievement's worth 6 gamer score. You like, I'm done.
I'd
This
buy
is
it
a
on
shit.
PlayStation. No, I'd buy it on PlayStation.
No, it's a PlayStation. It's an Xbox exclusive. I know,
That's
rare, but let's say
I don't know, there's not many of those, but
I might play it on an alt account.
Oh my god.
Jesus. My God.
Maybe, yeah. If it was like
Uh.
specifically the only place you could get it would also trigger achievements, then yeah, I'd play it on one of my other Xbox accounts,
God, and I thought I was bad.
and then
You
I
need
would delete
treatment.
that account. No, I wouldn't go that far. That would be insane, guys. Right? Someone agree with me, please.
No,
yeah, for
you're
sure,
all
man.
alone on this one, buddy.
It makes you feel
wild.
better. I reinstalled Deathloop so I could get the new achievements.
Yeah. See, look, that's
No.
sane.
What do you get? What do achievements get you? Nothing.
The number of perfect games on Steam
Doesn't
gradually
matter.
goes up.
Mhm.
Irrelevant.
We're going for 3 digits, baby.
You know how many perfect games I have on Steam?
0, because you're garbage.
Correct.
Just zero drive.
Zero
Just-
drive.
Nope.
Yeah.
just-
Why would I waste time playing a game? Like, if you've done it, go move on to experience something new.
Okay, so there's good ways that achievements work, and there's pretty bad ways that achievements work.
Yeah,
Online
like
achievements
every single one of
don't
them.
need them.
Yeah.
Achievements that force you to play the game in an interesting way, like the Noam Chomsky achievement.
Yeah,
For
everybody brings that
Half-Life
one up,
2?
but it's also like 15 years old.
Right, but that's an example of like an achievement done well. It's something that
Yeah.
forces you
It's never
to
been
play
done
the
again.
game in a way that you may not normally.
Mass
Um,
Effect's achievements are
I
pretty good.
agree
at
with
that.
you. Those, it's interesting when they. I wish it was a more interesting incentive. I think it's cool that they give players the
Yeah.
idea to do that, but achievements themselves are horseshit.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the latest Resident Evil games do a good balance of like, yeah, play the game in an interesting way, and you'll get an achievement or a trophy, but also on whatever subsequent playthrough you do, you might start with like a different extra item. Like there are certain weapons that you can only get for like beating the game on the hardest difficulty.
I wish they worked like the old My Nintendo stuff. I know achievements didn't fit into that, but
just like the rewards.
You could get physical rewards and stuff, and
I just have to ask, like, okay, this is only for our YouTube viewers, so check this out on video.
Both of you.
Stretch, what fucking shirt are you wearing right now?
Oh no.
My retro achievement hunter shirt for their for their they did like a 20th anniversary collection. I'm not gonna not buy the classic gray achievement hunter t-shirt. I forgot I was wearing it.
And you look defeated. You look utterly just, your spirit's gone.
I did this. You people. I'm classifying you as you people. I don't understand you people because it's just.
Sorry, I'm back.
Oh yes, your literal physical achievement.
I thought that PlayStation gave trophies. PlayStation gave trophies.
This is like the logo in the achievement.
Did Phil send that to you?
No, unfortunately, I think his is still out in the mail. I keep messaging him to send me one, but
right, and then
the restraining order prevents it.
Yeah.
And there was only that one time that I tried to get in his car with him. And he files a restraining order.
And you are never allowed in Seattle again, are you?
Somewhere,
which is a real shame because I know that Mario's from there. So
yes, yeah, I'm pretty sure he went to school in Shoreline.
Just so you know, having a certain level of gamer score does not entitle you to be in the physical presence of Phil. I know that's what you kept yelling, but my gamer score is this.
No, actually, there are some people that definitely it has entitled them to be in the presence of Phil.
It's like
Stallion
and insane ones.
Yeah, my gamer score is this. It's divisible by 5. Look, Phil.
They quoted that in a restraining order. But Phil, I've earned this.
Well, here I go, bearing my soul to you, my 3 close friends, and the internet, and you make fun of me.
Some stuff you gotta learn not to tell. My mom's best friend had all kinds of. She's like stereotypical blonde jokes, like she just did them in real life, like just as a person. And my mom's like, "Quit telling people these stories about yourself. They make you look like an idiot." Of like her opening the door in a car wash because she's like, "What's that noise?" Genuine story.
Well, at least let it be known that there's only one aspect of my life that I'm a complete fanatic about.
That's it. He says,
"Hey, Scrappy, what else have you been playing?"
Boxes behind him.
But before we get into mine, Brett, did you want to chat about Marauders real quick, or?
Yeah. So the other one I've been playing outside of the 87 Next Fest demos that I've downloaded is. Yeah, I have a problem.
I'm the one with the problem.
They don't have achievements, though, to be fair. And I am scoping them out for work. Thank you.
He's writing this off.
Yeah, these free demos, writing them all off.
Yeah.
Gonna get a huge tax break.
See what the accountant says about that.
He's gonna be like, which, by the way, get a CPA. It's worth every dollar. I've been playing Marauders, which is like space Tarkov. Which, if you're familiar with Tarkov, you're going into an arena that has AI as well as players, and you're basically just trying to get out with more shit, complete contracts, stuff like that. Marauders is an interesting setting. We've been jokingly calling it like Space Nazis,
because Tarkov, like joke, get it?
Yeah. No, it's just. Some of the guns are kind of that era for the most part, and it's like 1987 and we're in fucking space with jump gates, which is very confusing to me, but maybe the space race went a completely different direction. But it's got an aspect to it that I both love and hate, which is in Tarkov you kind of just drop into the world, and there's not much to it in terms of like getting there. In this, you're spawning into an asteroid field in a ship with guns and trying to get to basically a central area to get into what they call, raids. And I find it useless for the most part, other than just trolling other players. Because you can destroy ships. You can also get in a jump pod in your ship and breach other ships. So we did spend like 3 or 4 rounds in a row just immediately spawning in, jumping in the escape pods, and then trying to breach other ships. And I'm quite proud that I did it. Yeah, I did it. I did it without the captain noticing and just executed him on the bridge.
Wow.
And so that dude had to be super salty. But like outside of just kind of trolling for the most part, I don't see a purpose to that. Like the core gameplay is in the raids. And as Robert called it when we were playing it last week, the pervasive sense of dread, because it's legitimately hard to tell AI from players, and so you have to be. I mean, you've got to be on it.
Right.
You've got to listen for the footsteps. You've got to kind of take your time, unless you're a mega Chad. And it's very challenging. From the guns, for the most part, feel decent. But it is punishing if you're missing your shots.
So is this friendship with Hunt over? Marauders is my new best friend.
Well, Hunt's dead to me until they figure out the bug. The bug cloud, because from everything the community's saying, it's made it a not fun experience. And I want to play Hunt when I like it, and not when I'm like, okay, this one aspect is making the game unplayable. Kind of like Halo and hit registration.
Yeah.
So
have they still not figured that out?
They put telemetry in last year, I think, and they haven't really done anything with it. It's a big reason why I think the community is as small as it is, but I could soapbox about that forever, because
there's
Halo
a number of reasons.
Well, there's that too, yeah. But I mean, it has the potential to be an incredible game, and they're just there's a reason that I think that we're seeing kind of a shift in what's happening in 4.3 right now.
They went all in on seeing Chief fuck too early, didn't they?
That ruined it. That ruined it. Basically, they got to see the early access of that episode 6 months early, and they were like, "Fuck this, we're tanking the game."
Yep.
Master Chief absolutely does not fuck. This is illegal.
That's the line.
That's the line. And 343 was like, "Nope, can't have it. This series has to die now."
Season 2 of that gotten canceled yet? Did we hear that?
I thought it was still green.
It's still going, as far as I know.
They started filming 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Yeah. They're in Iceland or something.
Can't wait to
something else that just got canceled, but don't worry about it.
Okay.
Anyway, Marauders, that thing you were talking about.
If you're someone who likes kind of the raid aspect of going in and trying to either do a rat run where you're just running in and coming out with as much stuff as you can, or actively trying to go after players, it's a fun experience. I mean, we've been playing a fair amount the last week. There's some issues. Some of the footsteps audio needs tweaking. Like sometimes it sounds like there's somebody in front of you when they're actually behind you. Which
very lucky with those kind of games. It's bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a tough thing to do because there's also the verticality. There's 2-3 levels, so sometimes you just have to stand there and be like, okay, they're above me, and stuff like that. But I like the games that are a little more tactical and that you kind of have to take your time and plan your moves and all right, what am I carrying in this time? That type of stuff to me makes
the
it
slower
fun.
Games because you're getting old.
That too, yeah, very old. I'm
right,
33 years of age and just ready
as a
to
gamer,
die.
you're like ancient.
I am.
Ancient gamer.
Apparently, gifts are cringe now too. So
what's up with that?
Yeah,
It's all about those
what the fuck?
weapons.
I think we're all just getting old now.
Yes.
Yeah, that Fortnite game's still taking off, so that's pretty crazy.
You should check out that Fortnite game more. They got more than Goku,
Number one fan, Otten.
So I've been playing the new Kingdom Hearts game on Game Pass.
What?
What?
So
New?
you end up in the Disney Kingdom, and
Oh yeah.
instead
Oh.
of
I
instead of
get
a
it.
keyblade, you get like a shovel and a pickaxe.
Mhm.
Fishing rod.
You debated me. I was really excited that we were going to be talking Kingdom Hearts this week.
Yeah, it's Kingdom Hearts meets Animal Crossing.
Debated me. I don't care about farming.
What would a Kingdom Hearts farming game even look like? Oh my god!
It looked like this. I did name my character Sora because why
Of
not?
course.
Just be Donald continuously screaming about ingredients.
I haven't met Donald yet, but every time Goofy and Mickey are like, "Nice going, Sora," I'm like, "Yeah, thank you. This is now Kingdom Hearts."
Do they
for
actually
sure.
say Sora?
Well, because they say my character's name. My character is named
I mean,
Sora.
are they voiced or
Is
is
it
it
like
just
voice
voice?
it. No, they
okay.
they get like little lines like voiced, but not the whole thing. It's mostly
Okay.
written. But
Sounds
just
like
when you
that's
read it,
fucking great.
yeah, when you read it like comma Sora, like my brain, I
Sure,
can
yeah,
easily imagine it just because
Oh,
we've
of
had
course.
10 years of that going on, right?
Of course.
Yeah, no, the game I'm talking about is Disney Dreamlight Valley. It's on Game Pass right now, but also like you can pay $30 to play it early on other platforms, I think. But then they plan to release it for free when it's done. It's kind of like a weird
I think-
early access
I
thing,
think they're
right?
aiming for like spring.
Yeah.
I think is what I read.
We have a bunch of guides on the side for
We have a
interest.
boatload of guides. Please
Yeah.
read them. Thank you.
Yeah, it's Animal Crossing but good, which I am
What?
here for. Yeah, I
Damn.
know.
It's
Like,
clicked with a
fighting
lot
words.
of people.
Yeah, well,
Wow.
because
You mean,
Animal
you mean the characters aren't just void of any character at all?
Well, so that really helps. But even just the
Yes.
game mechanics, it's not horse shit. It's not like it's not trying to limit you all the time. Whereas like
Nice.
Animal Crossing is just it's all about limits, right? You're gonna hit your limit real fast. And it's kind of sucks. And at first I thought that this game would be like that. I thought it because you get a stamina bar and it depletes real quick. And I thought, is this one of those things where I have to sit there and wait for it to like regain? But you just walk into your home and walk out and it's maxed out again. Or you can just chug some apples and you're good. So you can play this kind
You
of
say
apples.
chug some apples.
huff some apples,
Not
eat them.
applesauce?
No, just eat the apples. Yeah.
Wait, why did we say chugging apple something and you went to sauce instead of juice?
Oh, because there's a baby in
is
my house.
chugging
and I
I'm
don't
applesauce
want
buying
a
like a
thing that you
gallon of
do?
fucking applesauce and just
No, because I just fed a baby applesauce last night.
Ah. it's on
I'm
the
gonna
mind,
touch
right?
that.
That's on my mind.
Yeah. But yeah, it cuts out all of the annoying fluff in Animal Crossing and just like streamlines the mechanics in a way where you just like if you want to do a thing, it can just be done quickly. Like if you want to plant like a field of carrots, you just
But
hold.
the big question for Animal Crossing people, yeah, that's nice. What about the decorations? That's what they
Yeah,
really want to know about.
Okay, the decorations. Hey, get this shit. What if you could decorate your island, but you didn't have to move to the thing you wanted to decorate? You can just do an overview like you're building a Sims home.
That doesn't exist.
Sounds good. What a crazy mechanic. They have the
A
technology
lunatic.
for that?
Yeah, because Animal Crossing does this stupid shit where you're like, okay, you have to carry the thing, walk over, put it down. No, not there. Pick it up. Put it down over there. No, not there either. Pick it
Yes,
up.
everything's
Right, and
very tedious.
It's the worst. But this is just like you have like God coming in, or I guess Yen Sid from Kingdom Hearts coming in and picking
Walt.
up everything with his hand. Yeah, Walt himself comes in, and you just get a God mode essentially to place whatever you want wherever you want. You can repave the sidewalks. You can move pretty
Sounds
much
gorgeous.
anything except buildings, I think. And like certain like the plaza, you can't move that because that's like a built-in
Like
part
the
of that.
main, yeah, okay.
Yeah, but everything else you can change wherever, however. Like Mickey has a garden, and I didn't know it was his garden, so I kind of appropriated it and said, "This is my garden now," and I God moded it to like do a better shape for me, or it's easy to just swing by and pick up stuff. And then when I did his quest about his garden, he still interacted with it as if it were his garden. Like it didn't get messed up because it wasn't how it was initially. So it's all pretty good. Like it all works.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Like it's just it hits those same cozy notes that Animal Crossing would, where like the goal of the game is to purify the kingdom of, because it's been, you know, attacked by this evil dream thorns thing, like nightmare thorns, and you're the
That
only
sounds
person.
like Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, and you're the
Yes.
only person in the world.
So you
and
were playing Kingdom Hearts.
exactly. That's why I named him Sora. But yeah,
So
there's
this is
like
Animal
now,
Crossing
don't I?
with some more not accessibility, but what's the right word?
it's like streamlined.
Quality
Quality
of
of
life.
life stuff.
Yeah, quality of life.
With the Disney charm and character added on top. So
Yeah.
just a home fucking run is what you're saying.
Yes, I mean you hear
Nice.
like When You Wish Upon a Star whenever you're walking around. You know.
Yeah.
And, yeah, like all the Disney music's there.
If Disney characters interact with, it's gonna be, people are gonna love it, obviously.
And they really play that up. Like, you know, you can ask any of the people you've met to hang out with you and they'll follow you around. And like from a game mechanic perspective, like if you say, hey Goofy, you're good at fishing, then when you fish you have a chance of getting like twice the fish or something when he's with you. But then from a like personality perspective, they cheer you on. They're like, yeah, good job. You know, it's like, I mean, it's not going to change anything in the game mechanics wise, but it's still very charming. It's very Disney, right?
Yeah.
And even if you're
Have you
not,
been- Have you been jump scared by Ursula yet?
no, I haven't unlocked the beach yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I've only been like just doing stuff in the plaza and down in the meadow for now. I just unlocked the Remy area, like for Ratatouille, but I haven't gone to it yet. Like, I'm curious if they got Patton Oswalt to voice him. I doubt it, but who knows?
I don't know, maybe. He likes
Yeah.
games and stuff.
But yeah, I think I can see why there's a lot of buzz about Disney Dreamlight Valley. Like, at first I thought it'd just be kind of like a meh cash grab, and like Gameloft kind of makes some pretty meh mobile games, but
Yeah, that was the big worry. It's like Gameloft, like, ooh.
yeah, yeah, but this it
Asphalt
hits
37.
Yeah. It hits the right notes for sure. Like, it's charming, it's fun, it's cute, it plays like you want it, but it's like really low stakes. Like, nothing matters in a good way, you know, like if you just want to turn off your brain
Come
and
in,
chill.
kill some time, and
Yeah, like even when you run out of stamina, it's not like you faint. The game just says, oh, like eat an apple to regain some stamina. Like, there's no game over, there's no failure state.
yeah, sounds
pretty
good
good
to
stuff.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering how long I could keep up the Kingdom Hearts thing, because you all got really truly debated.
Yeah.
I'm so mad.
Yeah, on our
Stretch's days
document.
fucking
I was
rude.
going to be extremely surprised because I was like, how did Stretch not know about it?
Yeah. Because on
If
our
that was
document, I just
true.
put Kingdom Hearts as the game I'm going to talk about.
Yeah.
I just assumed you were playing through it again.
I feel
what I thought.
lied to,
Trying to figure out the
insulted,
plot.
demoralized.
Well, at least he didn't say something about there being achievements or something that you missed out on.
I actually don't know if there are achievements. I haven't.
Yeah,
Oh,
maybe
this
not
game's
because of
sounding
the early
perfect. 10 out
access.
of fucking 10.
Yeah. I mean, there are like in-game quote unquote achievements in the same way, like
Sure.
in New Horizon, in Animal Crossing New Horizon, there's like, what is it, Nook
Yeah.
Bucks or whatever, where like when you like you plant 5 things, right, and you get
Yeah.
100 Nook Bucks. You talk to 10 villagers, you get a couple Nook Bucks. It's like
You
one of
get
those
you get
things.
some
Such
nookies.
such
Nookies.
fantastic Dreamlight Valley achievements, like catch 1,800 fish,
Jesus.
Yeah. that,
well,
I believe
harvest 4,500 vegetables.
You know, I just thought, like, thank God Stretch never played like WoW when it comes to achievements.
Oh God.
that. Oh no.
No
He
comment.
might be dead.
No comment.
Uh,
Those
well,
achievements are wild.
Yeah, and some of them were hard, and some of them you could not get past that initial time that you could get them.
wow.
and you're about to not be able to get them again as Cataclysm happens.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I think that's a wrap on this week's episode of the TechRaptor podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please feel free to leave us a review and tell a friend, share it with them, let them know that it's a fun podcast that they might also enjoy. And let us know in the comments down below, either on YouTube or on our site, what do you think of the Super Mario teaser trailer? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Somewhere in between? Was Jack Black the best thing in it, and why? Let us know what your thoughts down below. We are always publishing news, reviews, and features, etc. at techraptor.net. We have some New York Comic Con coverage going up soon, so please check that out. Got some
Lots
cool
of
previews.
Forspoken.
Yeah, I got some Forspoken. I got some Crisis Core, the new Crisis Core remake preview up soon. So check that stuff out at techraptor.net. But if you want more of this show, we will be back next Monday. See you then.